They're on their way in the 1500 final.
In South Africa, we have ideal weather for training.
My best time is 3:37.
3:39.
3:38.69.
Challenge the Kenyans and the North Africans.
3:26.
3:34.08.
We're probably the most advanced country in the whole of Africa.
3:38.
3:38.5. My best is 3:38.
The Kenyans are controlling it right now.
3:36.28.
South Africa has one of the best sports school structures in the world.
I remember the first time around 3:37, even sub 3:37. It was the hardest race of my life.
Why do South African 1500 meter athletes struggle to break the 3-minute 37-second barrier? Why are other African countries performing on international level while South Africa struggles?
Our training programs are basically the same.
If Kenya has a lack of facilities, we have an abundance of facilities.
All they do is they eat, sleep and train. That's all they do.
We don't have an excuse not to perform.
Research has presented 5 very clear problems in South Africa.
Our youngsters, our primary school children are overtrained, and to a certain extent also our high school children.
If you want to make money out of the sport, you must go overseas.
That's really hampered our upcoming athletes here by taking away these yellow pages races.
In South Africa, we never get races where they give us pacemakers to be able to try around those times.
At this stage, the federation isn't really there to support the guys.
How are young athletes being held back?
Coaches or parents, they push their children or athletes to such an extent that they no longer have that love for athletics.
I don't get the idea that high school coaches are interested in coaching athletes to run after school.
Coaches want to see their schools perform, instead of perhaps having a long-term approach and thinking maybe I'd rather produce 4 Olympians than win a Super 16 or Inter-High.
Our middle distance runners, to a large extent, get pushed and pushed and pushed by themselves, by teachers, by parents, to perform as well as they can time-wise at school level, instead of sometimes backing off and working on the stuff that they need to work on before they get to university so that a senior coach can take them further.
How do our athletes feel about a financial future in athletics in this country?
My federation and SASCOC, no future.
We don't get that financial support.
I'm not very positive about the future in this country.
Specific in the country, I don't feel it all.
There should be more prize money on the track.
Hopefully ASA and SASCOC can get the differences set aside and they can sponsor the athletes.
We have the finance. We just need to use it in the right places.
South African athletes have very few opportunities to run fast races. The Yellow Pages series was one of these very few opportunities.
You don't always have the opportunity to compete on a 1500 on a weekly basis.
We have to set up races that are specifically designed to get fast times.
Past season in South Africa, we didn't even have Yellow Pages. There was no decent races until they went to run the SA Championships. And as far as that doesn't improve, we're in trouble.
We need high performance meetings for the top athletes.
The Yellow Pages was an important stepping stone which, if gone, will become another obstacle to success for our 1500 meter athletes.
Our athletes need to run faster times here at home to qualify for international competitions. So what can be done to ensure that they run these faster times?
In Europe, 800, 1,500, 3,000, they have pacemakers.
At the moment, we are running alone in South Africa to try run faster times, but it's not possible without pacing.
In the end, we asked for pacemakers and it never happened.
Going forward to next year, maybe Varsity Cup, we can use this method, use some pacemakers.
To enforce our athletes to run faster with the pacemakers, because all our middle distance races are turning into tactical races.
What role does the Federation play in the development and support of middle distance runners?
All of the political turmoil going on back home has been answered by the athletes.
Businesses doesn't really want to put money in Athletics South Africa, which is actually sad though.
We expect everything of our athletes, but we don't treat them properly.
African Championship under 19, they didn't even select one middle distance runner. How can we develop if we don't even select the people?
The authorities do not realize that they should pay more attention to coaches.
The main support that we need from the structures, meaning then government, SASCOC, ASA, would be largely medical support.
So do we just stand back and do nothing? What does it take to break that 3-minute 37-second barrier?
If you're over that barrier of 3:37, then it seems, okay, I've done it, now what's the next one?
I've always believed that I can beat the rest of the world. It's just my mindset to go into the race though.
Mentally you should be stronger in your races.
I don't have a special formula or magic formula or a special diet. I think it comes down to a mindset.
If you've got a good racing brain, you can beat anyone.
You don't need to be Kenyan or Ethiopian or Moroccan to be the best.
I'd like to run 3:36.
Run for my country.
Compete with the best. Get down to the 3:35 mark. 1500 major championship.
Break the SRK and go sub 3:30.
Government, SASCOC, ASA, don't wait for them to start doing things. You can make a difference right there where you are as a coach, as an athlete.
Don't be afraid to change your system.
Never lose the sight of your goal.
Work as hard as you can. You must be willing to sacrifice.
If it doesn't come today, it will come tomorrow.
You're wanting to do it so badly that you'll give everything to do it.
One must not leave any stone unturned.
Believe in yourself and set yourself goals.
Attack those goals with 100%. Always believe that you can achieve those goals, and no matter what the circumstances are, they rise above it.
We might have obstacles like not enough races, not enough incentives. But I feel over time, if the coaches and athletes stay together and they start building their relationships and they work towards a common goal, we can become the world's best nation over 1500 meters. And this is our time to triumph.